wanted to put out a quick video. Maybe it would help some people out there as far as feeding bees. I'm a beekeeper here in Virginia. I'd like to go ahead and say it. It's January 2nd to 2023. So Happy New Year to everybody. And I should have, I know you're not supposed to feed your bees this time of year with the moisture and everything going into the hives. But I have about 5 hives that if I don't get food or something in them, they're not going to make it. I don't have any extra frames of honey I can put in those hives. So pretty much this is kind of like a Hail Mary to see if I can get these bees through January, February into March here in Virginia. I live in the Shenandoah Valley. But this is how I do it. It's not about feeding the bees. It's basically what I use to make up my sugar syrup. I just use regular sugar you would get at Walmart, but I use a keg that I was going to use to make beer, and so I cut the top out of the keg, and you can use any large kettle if you're trying to figure out without your wife killing you every time you go into the kitchen and make up your sugar water. If you're just a hobbyist beekeeper, I'm pretty sure if your wife is like mine, you get an earful every time. She's behind the camera right now, just shaking her head yes. So I use my keg with, and you can get this set up at any brewer store or anything like that online, Amazon, and then you can go on YouTube and look how the step down bit, everything that you need to use that. But what I do is I just take this a little bit. I just set a bucket so I don't leave too much of a mess. As I said in the beginning, it's January 2nd. It's gonna get up to about 60 degrees today. We're at 60 degrees today. It could be warm all week. So like I said, it's gonna be a Hail Mary pass trying to get these bees through the next 2 months. But I just take a towel so I don't get the sugar syrup all over me. But I use a half-gallon mason jar. Pretty much this is empty, but it's pretty simple. You'd fill that up, and you take your jar. I put a towel on my leg, that way I'm not getting sugar syrup all over everything. And I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but this is a 2-to-1 ratio. It's a little bit. I'd mix it a little bit heavier, but pretty much just take that like that. My biggest part when I started doing this is trying to figure out how to fill up the bag without making a mess everywhere. And this was just the easiest way I found to do it. Just drain your bag. Drain your jar. And you can see the bees are starting to fly around a little bit. There we go. So I'll take these and go lay them on top, lay them on top of the hives, and poke some holes in it. So, like I said, it wasn't a necessarily how to feed your bees, but it's how to make your life easier and keep your kitchen less sticky while making up your sugar syrup. So I appreciate it. Thank you for your time for watching. Have a good day. So in my first video, I was just showed you how I make up my the equipment I use to make my life easier making up the sugar syrup, and I talked about the 5 hives. So pretty much you can see that some of my colonies here. So anything you see with this 2-inch board is what I'm going to put a half-gallon of 2-to-1 sugar water. And I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So I was able to go through the hives, these hives yesterday. I have about 10 more to go through as soon as I put the sugar on there. So I have all my mixture there. So like I said, sorry, I'm going to try to do all this with one hand and my phone. A little smoke. like I said, if we can get these through, I'll be impressed. But we're gonna kind of push them out of the way. Grab a bag. They don't want to move. Come on, ladies. I don't like that. Set this over there real quick. Just trying to get them out of the way so I don't pin them. You can see when I lay the bag down on them. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get them stuck underneath there. Not a lot of bees here. Usually they move out of the way a little bit quicker, but they're being a little stubborn. There we go. I'll lay that right on top of them. And take my pocket knife. Like I said, it's about 2 inches, maybe 3. Let me poke a little extra. That way they can get it out of here. Take that sugar out of there as fast as they can. So, that's what I'm doing today. Thank you for watching. That first colony I showed, it was a little smaller cluster. This is about the size of the clusters in the other colonies that need food. So that first one was a little small. This one, there's a decent amount of bees in there. It's just they don't have enough. There's not enough food in there. When I went through them yesterday, there's not enough resources in there for them to make it. So like I said, we're gonna put these put some bags of sugar in here, and then we're also gonna make up some pollen patties and put on there as well.